renovating number 5. Follow us on our journey through the highs and lows of renovating our new adventure. Last time we fixed all the exterior wood and built the framework for the new bathroom and fitted the new windows. This week we destroy the old bathroom and discover more water damage. Okay, we're in the old original bathroom with a nice wooden background, and we already started stripping the room. So we had to start stripping just below the window because we needed to get access to build a new bathroom, but it happened to be raining one day and we couldn't go outside, and so Andy got very excited and ripped the tiles off. So for those of you who haven't been watching all our episodes, shame on you. This is what the bathroom did look like. So my job is today to empty all the tiles out the bath. We need to finish off stripping off the walls so that we can put the 2 doorways in for the new bathroom and the 4th bedroom. So this room effectively is going to be a hallway. A very important part already sorted. So coffee's done. Just got to get myself motivated to work now. The wooden cladding on this wall comes off really easy. Okay, so you can see why this window has sagged over the years. At the top of the window you can see that there's not a proper lintel. There's 2 pieces of wood bedded up together. That should be a proper lintel. And underneath the window, the wood doesn't actually go along, so there's nothing actually supporting the weight on the bottom right hand corner of this window. If you look to the left side of the window, you can see that there's some lighter wood in there. Now my thinking is, this is the new extension, and I'm thinking that this bit used to be the old window, so that would have been the original lintel, and that should be the bottom of the windowsill. Because the window was in the way of the new extension, they've moved it over a bit. Rather than engineering the window properly and making it structurally sound, they haven't. They've just bodged it. And this is why the window has moved over the years. We're finding lots of jobs very similar to this that they've been bodged and not done correctly. It is a little bit of a concern, especially when it comes through the new extensions, because these would have been supposedly builders who did this. So we're now coming to realise, for the amount of bodges and mistakes, we're not builders and we can see straight away that these things aren't done properly. If we can see that these are not done properly, they probably weren't builders, or if they were very, very lazy builders that didn't care. And it is quite apparent in bedroom 4, which isn't square. The floor's not level. We thought that maybe that the concrete base had moved, but we're not totally sure about this now. After seeing all the bodges that have gone around in the house, we're not actually sure whether it actually really has moved or whether it is just that they just didn't bother putting it in correctly. There's so many things that didn't come up in the building inspection that should have done. There's a bit of naivety on our side because it was the owner who supplied the builder's engineer report, and really we should have got our own, because we don't know whether it was biased. We don't know whether she knew the person who did that. She was a little old lady, whether that came into it and he was a bit more lenient or relaxed and what he looked at. but he certainly didn't do a very good job, and he certainly missed many things. In the clauses at the bottom of it, it says he's not reliable, so well, there's nothing we can do and quite frankly, the surveyor's report is just a complete waste of paper really, because there is no comeback on his side. But there's lots of things that have gone that we now have to fix before we can carry on doing the work that we really wanted to do, which is eating into our budget, which was tight as it is, and it's also putting us back because it means that whilst we're fixing all the mistakes that have been done previously, it means that we're not finishing this property on times, which means that we're not getting tenants in, which means we're losing out on rent, and it goes on and on and on. So the money is a bit of an issue. Started it, so we've got to finish it, can't sell it as it is. Alright, here you can see where the housing is from the bath, where the bath was. Now we knew that there was moisture in this bathroom because in the surveyor's report it did say that there had been water issues. When I pulled the bath up, it was very easy to lift up. I was a bit surprised. I was expecting it to be really hard because the waste should have been attached. There is no pipe to the waste. So that pipe, that if you can see down in the hole, should be above the concrete level because that should be connected to the bottom of the bath, the waste plug, but it wasn't. There was nothing attached to it because I picked it up. I didn't make any effort hardly at all to lift that bath up. So that waste pipe wasn't connected. So every time they had a bath, that water would either rush down that hole or rush underneath on this concrete. And you can see, sadly, more rot. This is all flaking away, and this is the other room. Look how easy this is to rip back. So not only is this structural wall, which now actually moves quite a lot, now the bath's not there. If you look, you can see through under the ground. You shouldn't be able to see anything because that should be wood. So you can see all that is completely rotten away. And it means now that we are going to have to rip the room next door apart. This is easy, we can tack into this and replace the bottom piece of wood. So that's not going to be an issue for this room. But it will mean that the other bedroom we're going to have to rip all the plasterboard off, which is a real pain because it's horsehair plaster. And so it will have to replace the whole wall rather than just a little bit because you'll never be able to match the plaster thickness together, and we are going to have to replace the bottom of the wall there as well, all because the plumbing wasn't fitted properly. And this isn't the original bathroom. This would have been bathroom put in later on because originally they had a metal bath because that's in the garden. So this pink bath wasn't original. This has been put in later. So whoever put in the bath before, or this bath, whoever put this bath in, didn't do the plumbing properly. a bit of a faff about with getting the cladding off around the pipes and toilet. We don't want to take the toilet out at this point, as this is the only working loo. Don't panic, I checked for electric cables before I cut through the board. Alright, so we have removed the window, bathroom window, which is a bit of a challenge, and unfortunately it had a bit of a small accident when it was taken out. We had to try and pull the frame out, and then pulling the frame out caused it to buckle and then break. So now Andy's going to build the frame for the doorway. And whilst he does that, I'm going to pull the concrete, the tiles off the concrete floor. So I'll set you down and you can watch us on time lapse. It was a challenge for both of us working in the same room, especially doing different tasks. The tiles were really hard to remove. For some reason, they've been bedded on thick mortar. Andy cuts through the plasterboard into the fourth bedroom to make the new doorway. He then cuts away the old framing to make way for the threshold. We then fit the framing for the new doorways. Because the old framework wasn't plumbed, it was a bit of a challenge to get the framework level, so we needed to spend a bit of time packing the wood out to make it fit correctly. If we hadn't have done this, hanging the doors would have been a nightmare. Next time on renovating number 5, we tackle the asbestos in the laundry. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share.